and welcome to another wonderful episode of Batman Radio. So, like I said, we're gonna go over the facts again, right? Um, I'll give you all a minute to gather in here. Let me look at the math one more time. Hold on. All right. So yeah, I think what I'm around, I think is like $310 and what is it? Yeah, I think around like $310.03. You know what I mean? Because yeah. So I mean, still fairly decent. You know what I mean? Still, I mean, that's a lot of progress. I mean, that's progress by leaps and bounds compared to where I was at. And again, I mean, I've built an entire full scale business and I've ran the Batman project out of my own pocket for 3 years. So again, I mean, this is complete, absolute success on a whole nother level. I love it. You know what I mean? Like I said, my success is, on autopilot. My success is inevitable. And every day I continue to succeed more. I've succeeded in everything I've ever done, right? Like I said, for me, failure doesn't exist. I really don't remember ever really failing at anything. If I ever did fail, I learned from it. And that was pretty much, what created and brought about my success. So, like I said, everything's on autopilot. All the readings and downloads are going crazy. I've never seen them do this. I've never seen them at this level. I told y'all it's been leading up to it and leading up to it for a couple of years now, basically. Really within the last year, as far as leading up to something in particular. Um, it's the craziest thing I've ever seen. Um, and like I said, where I'm at, concerning everything, where I'm at with it is like I said, like the internet is the internet and reality is reality. You know what I mean? And I'm focused on reality and nothing else. So that's my job. See, my job is to do my job. I have a lot to do. You know what I'm saying? I don't worry about anything else. I don't concern myself with anything else. I stay focused and I work harder than anybody because I have to. You understand? So that's what I'm saying. Like, no, if folks want to talk to me, they got to pay me. You know what I mean? The same rules apply no matter what. You understand? So, like I said, I mean, I got a Cash App, I got a PayPal, I got a Venmo. I'm a content creator, survive off donations. Like I said, I've proven I'm a real superhero. I've proven I'm superhuman in front of the entire world. And look at the lack of reaction. Look at like how the world is so self-absorbed and so busy, and yet where's the accomplishment? I've accomplished more than anyone in the history of time. Like I said, this is how you know every word I'm saying is a fact and true. I don't measure myself by anybody else's opinions because they're not in a position to give me advice. There's no one coming close to me. I've lived faster than everyone because I live in a vibration of love. That means that I've literally had more life experience, way more, because I'm living quicker, I'm moving quicker, I'm getting a lot more done. You understand? Like in the depictions, don't they show, the speed and quickness? I mean, think about it. Like, what do you mean? With Batman, it shows the speed and quickness and agility, and it's constantly moving to the next thing. I told you what it is already, man. I told you what all the depictions are about. Told you on the prophecy. It's self-explanatory, man. You know what I mean? So, I mean, at the end of the day, man, like that's what I realize is like nothing's going on. It's the same thing every day, and everything is cool. Everything is Gucci, man. Everything is going fantastic. Everything is going great. You know what I mean? Like I said, as long as I'm not, you know what I mean, like even paying attention to any internet stuff, I'm always fine. I'm always good. I'm Gucci, man. I'm doing well. You know what I mean? Truly, and I'm happy, and I've been happy this entire time. You understand? So again, I mean, I don't know, bro. I mean, I've explained it. I've proven everything. I've proven every point. I've proven reality, which never needs to be proven. Reality speaks for itself, and it speaks volumes. Like I said, I told folks reality. I told folks what it is. I told folks every prediction I've made came true. I told folks what was coming. I told folks what it was. I said, like, all that other stuff is a waste of time. You understand? Like, nah, for me, the clarity I've gotten and the way I see it is crystal clear, which is it's just me and God. Mhm. That's it. And I did this all by myself. I didn't have no help, no support. I did this without a support system, with like by myself against all odds. And I'm gonna keep saying it. Like, what? This should be the public conversation right now. I'm the most relevant character in history, bro. Talking about I've just made biblical history this entire time. Like, what? Ran the Batman project out of my pocket for 3 years. Like I said, crime rates lowered because of me, everything because of me, because of the work I put in, because I work harder than everybody put together. I'm a boss. I speak for myself, man. You understand? I represent myself. I don't need much to do what I'm doing. Like I said, I'm telling you, $310. I mean, still pretty decent, man. That's still being ahead of the game. And like I said, that's after I ran the Batman project out of my pocket for 3 years. My 3 year anniversary is coming up right around the corner, and I'm still excited about it. You know what I mean? Regardless of what the financial situation looks like, I never got into this for money or finances. I got into it for the purpose, and that's the deal. It makes perfect, crystal clear sense. You would do the project in different cities and states. So you have to put your all into the project, and it takes money. I mean, there's resources expended, like the $1,300 bat cycle. Money will fix that. Money will fix cars. I could get all my vehicles fixed. I got 7 bikes in inventory, all 200 to 300 bucks plus. All those can get fixed. I mean, those can get fixed immediately. Okay. Like I said, what I spent the day doing today, I don't ever waste time, is studying and teaching myself mechanical engineering. Okay, specifically right now, teaching myself and learning, and like I'm a genius, so I know what I'm doing. Like I'm taking a lot of notes. Okay, I'm journaling. I that's all I do is write, and it's crazy because in the newest depiction, they show him writing. Come on, man. I've had a gift of writing since like forever. I mean, my whole life. I was an author in the first grade. I had an actual like story published in a book because I won a worldwide writing contest. You know what I mean? And I would write. It was like a cartoon thing I would do, but like it was with two birds, and I would write the story about them, and I made the characters. And like, yeah, I had influence and stuff for it. That's what created it. And there was something like with my father too, where he had this cartoon that he made or something, and I don't know. I remember he said the name like J.W. Coop or something like that. I don't know if that's like a character in something I can imagine, but like it was a whole thing, man, and like that's what inspired me to do it. You know what I mean? So I mean, that's life to me. Like life is like me. Like I live a quarter mile at a time. Like Vin Diesel said, but like I really do. That character has a lot in common with the old me because I used to really be like that. All that Fast and Furious stuff, that was really me originally. Real talk, like the real thing. That's what folks don't get. I've been the Joker, I've been that, I've been all sorts of things, but in reality, not copying anything, just this was who I really am. Most of these stories I feel are about the prophecy, which is me. Like I said, I learned the truth that I'm the center of the universe. I just don't care about it and don't really want to be. That you know, I don't pay no attention, man. You know what I mean? So it's like I don't know. Like for me, I understand my own power is limitless. You know what I mean? And I stay loyal to God, man. I stand with God no matter how hard it gets. And like I said, I've just noticed what it is. Like I've noticed what the devil tried to do. day one. I've noticed what it's all about, and like really looking back at it now, it's just crystal clear to me. And that was the point, is just like, nah, when folks speak to me, I should be able to tell who's who real quick. And people who are for me and they support me and they love me and they care about me, they're going to spend money. They're going to donate to me, and they're going to make it very clear, and they're going to get on the phone and have a conversation. And that's all I'm saying is, I mean, it's clear as day what's going on. It's been clear the entire time. And like I said, I've explained everything thoroughly. I don't have no holes in my rap sheet, bro. I'm a don. So I'm thorough as it gets, and like I said, I live my life a quarter mile at a time. It's the truth. I have never ever like focused on on other things. I focus on what I'm doing. And that's the point. I went all out with this project. I put everything I have into this, and I literally saved the city and saved the valley, and I've helped on a level that's astronomical. I didn't just help, I got more done than everybody in this nation and country and world, and more than they've done in the past 6,000 plus years. And I'm for real. I have receipts to prove it all. Hmm? You know where the receipts come from every day? Right here. The news, all these platforms, they literally, everything that's happening has to do with me. That's what folks don't get. It's all connected to me and God. So when you got power like that, I mean, you know, I'm just unfazed by anything. People know my power. They know my power is limitless. So for me, I just realized, man, I don't even have to try, bro. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just naturally who I am. I'm naturally in control, naturally in power. Always have been. Right? So, you like I said, folks can tell themselves what they want, man. People do it every day. You know what I mean? I'm not, not concerned. I'm going to continue to move forward. I'm going to continue to do what I'm doing. And like I said, I stand with God, and I always will. You know what I mean? No matter how hard it gets, no matter how impossible it gets, no matter how discouraged I get, I'm going to remain loyal to God, and I'm going to continue to push forward. All I need is God, man. I don't need nobody and nothing. I need God. That's just the truth. Because the truth wasn't nobody there for me this entire time. Wasn't nobody there for me almost ever, really. It's always been God. You know what I mean? God never let go of me and never let me down. So for me, it's a very sentimental thing because it's the truth. So I lean on God. It's the truth. I lean on God 100%. You know what I mean? God has been there for me, and God is the only one that's been there for me. And that's the part I'm trying to change. I just want the right people around me, man. I want a real support system of people who are actually there in front of me, around me, and want to, experience everything with me genuinely, not because of money, not because of anything. That's half the reason why I never cared about money, because I want true love. I'm not concerned about money. Never have. I don't have anything to explain, man. It's all obvious. The only reason I talk about money, man, is because I'm explaining what I've done financially, which is incredible and impossible. And I've done a whole lot and accomplished a whole lot. And the only reason I ever really talked about it is because, well, folks in the public are in their feelings, which then developed my entire rhetoric that you hear today. And I get paid to kick my rhetoric, so I'm doing everything right, right? And yet, while I'm talking right now, you still got folks talking for free. Every time I get on here, I'm getting paid a little something. I mean, imagine, folks are trying to pretend that they can say anything about me or say anything my direction, or they're all in a position to give me advice. All of them. I mean, tarot readers, all these people with their little 9 to 5s that they, can't seem to ever, become independent. But the goal for me when I was in the labor and job market or doing all that temp work was to get out of that. And I did it. I'm completely independent, and I escaped the matrix. Even if I didn't make a dime, I'd still already escaped the matrix. The point was to not need a job, which I don't. I never will again. I'm never going to need much of anything. You know what I mean? I never needed a job. The only reason I was working like that was because I liked to work, and because I, at some points kind of had to. But a lot of it was so I could pay off those property taxes. I sold a 50-acre property for $100,000. I had bank accounts with over $300,000 in it. I made millions every year consecutively, independent capital, and these folks know it. We're not the same. So I'm just saying, I'm in a whole different like level. Like I'm in a league. This is the major leagues. I'm in a different league that nobody could come close to in the world, much less on YouTube on this network. You can't be serious, dude. So the minute I step in any room, I'm royalty. If my name's brought up in a conversation, I'm royalty. So when you got folks and they feelings, I mean that's fine, right? But I mean, it is what it is. That's the thing, is like I love it because I'm completely unfazed. I just keep winning. Come on, man. I've been unfadable this entire time, bro. I've proven that I win every time. Anything that was said that wasn't true, I proved it wrong immediately, proved it incorrect, and I kept it pushing. We can go back to the track record, man. The scoreboard reads infinity to zero. I ain't took a L yet. I never have, and I never will, because it's just not possible for me. We all go through things. That's just part of life. But I've never taken an L, and I never will. I don't lose. I don't know how to lose. Why? Because I refuse to lose, because the option for me to lose or fail or anything was omitted. That's why I had to succeed, because it was necessary for my survival, and it still is. That's why I succeed and others fail, because I don't have the luxury or option to fail. Failure is not an option. You know, I just love it. I love how these folks, they love to talk, but nobody wants to have the conversation direct. Let's talk about these celebrities. Huh. Let's talk about how all of what Freemasons actually do. Let's continue to educate the public on the truth. I mean, what specific issue do we need to go over? We all know what it is. I've explained it all. I'm who taught the public everything. Half the stuff that I've taught, the Masons want to try to copy and then take it and like turn it into something it's not. That's what people have been doing for all history and time. I mean, you're more than welcome, but again, the Masons don't have any power. The fact is that it's all a circus, and nobody takes any of this stuff seriously. You know what they take serious and who they take seriously? Me. And that's just basic reality. We all know that. So what do you mean? Like I said, I'm open to have a conversation with people who have my best interest at heart, with people who want to be progressive and want to build with me. I'm just a positive person. Like I said, when I speak, I make sure that it is the direct conversation, and I have it on an even playing field where I'm able to respond. And I like to have any discussion, usually for the most part, publicly, because then the public can see everything that's happening, right? What do you mean? I would be doing interviews all the time if people knew how to clean up their rhetoric and how to talk correctly and how to respect my livelihood, my job, my business, and this platform. But the truth is that folks is so lost, most folks can't even do that. It's not even that difficult. I mean, it's just following a couple of rules and making sure you're on point when you're talking and talking correctly, and folks can't even do that. You've seen it happen on here. You know what I mean? Like, that's the whole thing. Like, folks be getting in their emotions because of chat rooms and this and that. I've never ever gotten in my emotions about anything ever on here. I have won all across the board. Like I said, my thing is, when I win, I just win and then I move on. You understand? Like, it's all irrelevant to me, man. That's what people don't get. Like, I'm moving with God. I know God is working on me. I know He's building me. I know He's doing a lot, for me, and He's really working on me, sculpting me, molding me, and just creating and building me into what I'm intended to be. I'm too busy. I work 24 hours a day. I have a lot that I do. Like I said, like, I mean, I'm not entertaining fake stuff. I'm here to talk about facts. So, like I said, I don't entertain anything except what's proven in front of me, and I have receipts of it. You know what I mean? Outside of God, and God has given me plenty of receipts because He's sent me help this entire time. He's helped me this entire time. He's the only reason I got this far. I shouldn't even be here. So for me, I look at everything like what it is. I have nothing to lose. I have everything going for me, and I have everything to lose technically, but I look at it like I have nothing to lose, and that's why I always win, because that's really the main edge and component that you need to win when it comes to what I'm an expert at. I'm a reincarnated game master. You know the games we play, right? The reason I win is because, like I said, for me, I always approach everything like I have nothing to lose. You understand? And the truth is, isn't that the truth? What do I have to lose? I have a bunch of equity. I'm happy. I love myself. I mean, my life is beautiful. Like, I mean, I've been extremely successful. I made and spent a lot of money. I have a beautiful, bright future ahead of me. You know what I mean? I just need money to do it, but outside of that, I mean, like, outside of that, outside of everything I did myself, I have nothing to lose. Nothing, because I don't have a friend in this world, and like I said, nobody supported me, and you could just see what it was in the public and with everyone. Everyone was the same. Everyone. There may be a couple of people that kind of, helped me along the way with small stuff and may want to see me win, but that's about it. And most of them are still focused on themselves. They don't really see what I go through, or the fact that I need financial backing. That they're not really changing that for me at all. Nobody did. Like I said, man, I did too much for too many people. I helped too many people. I've taken care of people. I've done so much for everyone that, like, it would have to be God. God would have to just give me what I deserve. And I don't know. God just keeps on saying it's coming, like right now, and like I'm totally confused and lost. I don't understand. There's no way for me to understand. And I would never give up on God. I would never give up on myself. I would never give up on what I do. You know what I mean? But I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm not completely discouraged at this point. And I think that's just part of what comes with it. Like, bro, I put in all the work. I did everything to get here. You know what I'm saying? There's not anything else that I can really do. Nothing. There's nothing else I can do. You know what I mean? So for me, I mean, I deserve the luxury to feel, and that's all I want. I just want the right people around me, and I want to get in the right relationship where somebody treats me like a human being with respect and love and compassion, and I'm able to feel. That means be myself. I'm a lot to handle, man. So, I mean, this is the way I've been my entire life, and I'm me, and I'm really not. I'm so easy to get along with, but folks don't try. Folks don't try to get to know me, and that stuff is crazy to me because, like, I'm the most amazing human being that's ever walked this planet, literally. Like, arguably, you could really argue this. And I'm so compassionate. I've done so much for everyone, and yet people want to talk 8,000 miles away plus on the internet. You see what I'm saying? How I'm not with that. I don't agree with that. I want people around me, bro. I want to talk in person. I want to make real connections. I want to have true love. I'm not trying to talk on the internet. You understand? So that's what I'm saying. For me, everything is based in reality in the real world out here. You understand? All that other stuff, that's internet stuff. You understand? There's a difference between internet people and people out here in the street in reality. There's a huge difference. I hope y'all understand that. See, people want to pretend because they want to have their cake and eat it too, but that internet stuff ain't real. People talk, people type, people say all sorts of things, and that's that internet stuff. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of these folks, they stay on the internet all day. And, I don't know what you mean, because I don't owe anybody anything, and I'm not here for that. It has nothing to do with me. It has nothing to do with my program. It never has, and it never will. I'm living my beautiful life, and I'm out here in reality, and everything I do is real. So when people talk to me, it needs to be a real conversation. You understand? I don't speak on the internet. No, I speak to have a career. I speak publicly. I don't have conversations on the internet. You understand? Because people showed me that they weren't trying to talk to me. People showed that they couldn't carry a coherent conversation on the internet. Hell, most people today have a hard time doing it in reality, is what I noticed. Real talk. not even joking. I'm for real. Like these people act like they forgot everything I've accomplished. Like you do remember all these times in Austin and you know me sitting in that Starbucks and counting my money and you know and moving around and different Starbucks, right? And all sorts of places. Went in that Capital One coffee shop, drinking my coffee with my laptop and my brand new suit on. Like all this wasn't too long ago, right before I started. I kicked off the street ball tour, got that going right all the way through Minneapolis. Like walked through all the Skyway. Like I've been around a little bit, man. I've traveled. I did a winter in Minneapolis, a winter in Green Bay. I've been to Arizona when I was younger. I've been to Cali when I was younger. I've been to Nevada, uh, Flagstaff, you know, several times, even when I was older, when I went to Vegas. I've ran Vegas. I was the king of Vegas. You know, I've been through New Mexico. I've been to El Paso, um, San Antonio, Austin. I mean, all them places, Lubbock, Amarillo, where all my family history is at in Amarillo and Fort Worth. The stockyards. I've been to New Orleans. None of this stuff is a big deal to me, you know? So I'm just at the point where I'm like, you know, all the only conversation I'm entertaining is what's real and what's in front of me now. You understand? Like as far as like, you know, shows on here and all that, I'm not even trying to really participate in that. You know what I mean? Like I said, I tried, bro. I was just trying to have fun. You know what I mean? You know, you can see what it is on the internet. And I really think that's the reason why it's like that because folks just sit online on the internet 24 hours a day, you know, and then wonder, you know, like, you know, it's not anything concerning me. It's nothing that I need to think about or worry about because it doesn't concern me. It has nothing to do with me. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. It's not my problem. So, like I said, I'm gonna stay focused doing me. Like I said, I don't know where it's gonna come from. I really hope that God does it. You know what I mean? But for me personally, like, no, I'm very discouraged. I believe in God. I don't doubt God's promise or anything like that. I've been obedient. I've been loyal. I've done everything, man. I've been faithful. I've done everything I possibly can. And I've accomplished a lot and I'm super proud of it. You know, and I will never give up on God. I will never give up on myself. I will never give up on this project and what I'm doing. But as far as I can see from like everything else and everyone else's behavior, that's the part and that's what I give up on. I have tried to just simply communicate and talk and have a voice with folks for years now. People are talking as much as they want on the internet, right? I mean, you know, like I said, I talk when I want, man. I'm a boss, you know, and I will be heard always. So my voice is what really matters. I'm the one who has a voice. You know, it just goes to show that you can tell that, you know, there's a lot of jellyfish because I have a voice. That might be part of the main component. I have a voice. And folks is concerned because I use this voice to, you know, do God's will and speak the truth. I think that's what most of it is about. And like I said, it'll never stop. I'm going to continue to talk and I'm going to continue to say the truth no matter what. And I'm going to continue to push forward as much as I can, you know, but that's my deal. Like I needed somebody there for me, man, this entire time. I still do. I need the right financial support. I need like to have a significant other and just a girlfriend and, you know, and be able to have a wife and all that. Like, I don't understand how that's difficult. I'm the best looking dude on the planet. Like I said, you can't. Wilt Chamberlain couldn't compete with me when it come to women. So it's just odd to me because I am everything, and I understand that God, you know, set me aside to work on me and all that. All I'm saying is I'm human, and like, come on, man, this has been going on long enough. You know, every reading's talking about the money's coming, this is coming. Okay, well, then it needs to come. You understand? Right there, my phone plan just got paid because I had already put the money down for it. You understand? And like I said, I still need that money replaced, and that's on the public. I'm not concerned what people tell themselves or say. Whatever I say goes. I want that money back. That this is something that the public should be paying every single month. I shouldn't be having to pay out of my pocket. I shouldn't. The only reason I'm doing it is because I deserve to have my phone on, bro. Are you serious? I'm 36 years old, bro. Like, what? Like I said, I don't know what folks are talking about. We're in the middle of the Great Depression in this country, the greatest depression we've ever seen. And like I said, my situation is way different, way different. And my situation is only the way it is because there's so many jellyfish. So we know, what's happened. We know what's responsible, right? It's all about accountability and responsibility. You understand? Like I said, God is delivering judgment and karma nonstop. You know what I mean? Like what? God got me. He's handling all that. He's handling everything right now as we speak. You understand? Like that's the thing, bro. Like, nah. Like, I told you, like, I don't play games, and neither does God, believe me. So, like I said, when folks address me, they'll address me with the utmost respect because I'm the general between good and evil, man. I've won all across the board. I don't talk on the internet. I never have. I don't do internet conversations whatsoever. I talk out here in reality and I stand on business about everything I say. So, like I said, I don't know what folks are talking about because I have way too much history behind me. Like I said, I got more stripes than a zebra. I'm 1,000,000 in the street. You hear me loud and clear, right? 1,000,000 in the street, 10-0 in my own league, and I did bar security for like over 7 years to 10 years or something like that, almost a decade probably. And like I said, I'm the untouchable one. And I got all these stories, and I've talked about a whole lot on here. You can literally listen. So, what are y'all talking about? Like I said, I can't believe that somebody can still be asking me where's the scooter or what happened to the scooter or what I mean, like, bro, that was like 2 years ago. Like I'm just, you know what I'm saying? Like people are so like out of touch with what's going on. I mean, if you don't even know why I do this still, that's surreal to me. That's crazy because there's interviews out publicly that like everything, so like I don't know what folks think, man, but like I said, I mean, it is what it is. It's irrelevant to me because I already know I'm going to win no matter what, and I know that I'm going to be, given millions of dollars, what I mean, and I'm going to get paid for my craft too because God already told me that. Like my faith hasn't wavered, not even in the slightest, you know what I mean? So my deal is I just got to keep on moving forward, and that's all. You know what I mean? That's the thing. Like most folks, they give up before they make it. They give up, when they're close. And I saw a download sent from God today regarding that. You know what I mean? So for me, I'm not going to give up. I'll never give up, because I know that's what the devil wants. You understand? So I'm not giving up. I'm going to continue to move forward and I'm going to continue to progress and I'm going to continue to do what I need to do for me. And just understand my only interest is myself and God. My interest is helping the right people, helping the public. All I do is help people. You know what I mean? Go against me, you go against God. Good luck. You understand? So like I don't really have much to say anymore. Like, no, like I said, it's all on autopilot. I'm gonna keep on getting my money and I get paid to talk. You know what I mean? And folks want to get in this position, but like I said, they don't even know what it takes. They don't realize it barely pays anything. They don't realize how hard you got to actually work and go. And I'm telling you, like, these folks are not ready to do that. They don't even want to work a normal job. Any normal job is easier than this career. This career is the hardest career you can possibly have. Literally, that's the truth. It's harder than anything. It takes harder work than anything. Folks haven't even talked about that. Can you imagine wanting to be in my position and you can't even acknowledge what I've accomplished in my success and be able to ask me a question so I can teach you how it works? By the time folks get to this point where they make digital money, they're going to realize, oh man, like this takes a lot of work and it's super slow. Like, no, you don't get how hard I've worked to build all this. That's the thing. These folks, you can see what they on. Okay, but in reality, it's totally different. In reality, respect is a given, and respect has to be earned. It's not given. So I've earned my respect, and people respect me, and that'll never change. People love me, bro. Everybody. So you got to ask yourself when these folks is whatever, speaking, typing, talking to themselves, has nothing to do with me, man. Because I'm on good terms with everybody. You know what I mean? And I've done a lot and I'm still on good terms with everybody. So what does that say then? Exactly. I'm a real good dude, man. Like I said, I'm easy to get along with, bro. I mean, like I said, all folks got to do is just talk to me and have a conversation. You know what I mean? Like, again, I'm not trying to talk to anyone. Talk about what? I want folks to pay me. Like, come on, bro. That's honestly, literally what it should be. Everyone should be paying me, man. Like I said, there's too much favoritism going on. There's too much going on in this country. It's been unfair since day one, forever. My entire life, it's never been fair. I've never been given a fair shake in anything. So, my goal in all this is to get to the point where hopefully things will be fair, where I have equality, not just for me, but for every future generation. That's what folks don't get. I'm not doing this just for me. I'm doing this for future generations. Okay. I want to see all my folks succeed. I want to see them build. I'm building a future for everyone. And like I said, I believe 100% God will give me generational wealth right around the corner. And I'm who's been selected to distribute that generational wealth. That's what God told me himself. I'm the generational curse breaker. I'm who broke the change. I'm who broke the chains. I'm who did everything, bro. I've accomplished what my ancestors tried and a lot of them couldn't, and that's okay. You know what I mean? Some things are just too hard. You know what I mean? But that's what I'm here for. I wasn't put here to follow the rules. I was put here to, make things exciting and change everything. You know what I mean? I'm exactly where I need to be, and I understand that. So, like I said, when I got God with me, man, who can be against me? When I got God with me, constantly speaking to me and using synchronicities, messages, downloads, butterflies, whatever, and He's constantly working on me. Like He's constantly working on me. He's constantly talking to me and helping me and giving me the right advice. I can't go wrong as long as I keep listening to God. That's what folks don't understand. The reason I'm 10 million steps ahead of all these so-called enemies who aren't my enemies and they're not equate to be my enemies, and I love everybody, everyone. You know what I mean? No matter what you've done, no matter what you said, unconditional love for my people, pure love, because again, I'm the son of God and I'm the Messiah. Are you listening? So yeah, like I said, that internet stuff, hey, I'm right here succeeding. My business is thriving. I'm doing well. I'm thriving. I'm doing great. You know what I mean? And why? Because of God. I give all credit and glory to God. He's who kept me this entire time. He's who is holding me. He's who's helping me. And my whole deal is I'm going to continue to say it because it's the truth. Where's the help and support from the public? Where's the financial backing? Nothing. Not a dime. It just goes to show I don't need anyone but God. The world was never on my side. There was no one that wanted to see me succeed. Nobody. What do you mean? Nobody cared? Nobody loved me? What are you talking about? That's the reality and that's the truth. And I'm not going to sit here and sugarcoat it. You understand? And for me, that's crazy because I'm a very easy person to love. Like, truly, I'm an amazing person. I've been amazing to everyone. The same people who I helped, what did they do? The same thing Tupac said, right? And I'm not Tupac. I move a little different than Pac, don't I? Mhm. I'm a whole lot different, bro. I'm a monster. You understand? For real. That's the thing folks don't get. That's why it's funny to me because like I let people talk to themselves and do whatever they want because I know it's all pointless. So wasting your time, bro. You're wasting your time, man. And that's really what I want. Real talk. Because if you're wasting your time and I'm utilizing mine, that means that I'm happy. So what does that make you? You see what I'm saying? That's what folks don't get. If you want to focus on me, hey, be my guest. Because you're gonna have a lot to focus on. If folks are in their feelings and they're jellyfish and they jelly at me, you're gonna have a lot to be jelly of because I keep on succeeding. Billions in equity, mansion in a state, over 2,000 in jewelry, 530 on my wrist, got you pissed. Mineral rights, oil royalties, my own car lot, I pay over $100 for it every month. Come on, man. 7 bikes in inventory, all worth $200 to $300 plus. I got items cost over 4 G's. Like I said, one item cost over $100 still. Brand new leather wallet still. The jeans still, right? Bat cycle I put $1,300 into, fixed 2 or 3 times still. What do you mean? I've got it all, bro. Why? Because God provides. I've paid every expense. I've handled everything. Like this entire time. I got a Porsche, and that car lot cost me 25 grand, 25 racks. It ain't nothing. And like I said, I'm not a has-been type of dude. I'm not a dude who's glorifying or talking about the past. I'm someone who's saying what I'm saying because, you know, like folks hear me. That's what I'm saying. It's that internet stuff. You know what I mean? We don't entertain anything except what's real. Everyone is hearing me clear across the board. Everyone knows reality. I have documented bank receipts and documented receipts for everything I'm talking about. So again, what is goody? I succeeded, man. I've succeeded forever, man. All I do is succeed, man. And I've built an empire, literally, like I said, like that's the thing. I understand my purpose is much larger. I understand what I've built here is much larger. This is not like a regular job. This is not a regular 9 to 5. And what I do, like I just use this as a catalyst and a stepping stone to get where I'm going. Okay. And this will expand too, but I'm just saying everything I did had nothing to do with anything here or on the internet. It had to do with what I accomplished in these streets in reality. You see the difference? So that's the thing. When folks are 8,000, 80,000 miles away, what can they say? They don't know anything about me. That's common sense. Sure. See, these are all concepts that don't need to be explained. What's understood don't need to be explained. You know what I mean? Like I said, you got folks repeating my words. Everybody want to be me. Like, okay, I'm a leader, but I'm a leader who's very lonely. I'm a leader who's by myself in this, and that's what I'm trying to change. Nah, I want human connection, man. I want a partner. I want to be happy. I want to be in love. I want to, like get married and like build everything like with someone. Like I want to be able to build, man. I want to be happy, bro. I want everything that God is saying He's gonna give me and promised me this entire time, and it keeps getting closer and leading up to in the readings. Yeah, I want that. Yeah, no, I do care. See, that's the thing. That's where folks are wrong. No, I've cared the entire time and I showed I cared. I went all the way to Minneapolis showing I care, right? And like I said, what was done for me? There was no place for me to stay. Nobody helped out. Nobody sent me any money. You know what I mean? Like, come on, bro. I got better things to do, man. You know what I mean? My time is precious and I'm not wasting any more of my time, especially when it comes to internet stuff and nonsense. I never did in the first place. That experience when I got there and I realized what folks was on, I used it for myself and it helped me a lot. I learned a lot. Same thing in Green Bay. And I stood up to corruption and it created my career. So I mean, I can't do anything but be grateful. I found my purpose. Do you think I didn't know who I was when I was out there in Green Bay? Y'all saw me move around like a straight G and the gangster that I am, right? You saw me move around like what I am. I already knew who I was. Now I've actually aligned. I'm in alignment, complete alignment. I've ascended, which is a huge deal, and I evolve more every day. I keep growing, right? It tells me like you've grown. So because of that, now you can hold more. That's why God is going to give it all to you. When I get money, it's not like other folks that just want to sit, in a hotel room and do shows for free. See, they keep talking. I'm telling you, like, yeah, I got money. I'm good. Money don't mean nothing. Equity means something. You're hustling backwards. You get the equity first. And like I said, if you're not making your money working hard and it's money your family's giving you, that's not your money and you haven't accomplished anything. Shit, that's easy arithmetic. That takes 2 seconds for me to respond to. You notice how everything people say, it takes them hours and it takes me like 5 seconds, and I literally just like show the truth about everything with crystal clear coherency and clarity. Come on, man. That's why there's nothing to do. There's nothing to do anymore on this network. Like, come on, bro. There's nothing to do. Folks can't debate. They can't keep up. Like, what's going on in the world, man? Like, you can see how far behind it's gotten, bro. Like, they were already behind, but now they're even further behind. So my deal is, nah, I just keep increasing the deficit. Why? Because I'm not trying to. I'm not in competition with anyone. You know who I compete with, if anything? Myself. And that's why I get better every day. So, like I said, I'm the role model. If you ain't doing things that I'm doing and ain't getting like me, what is you talking about? All these folks, UFC, MMA, all the folks on your TV, I'm better than. And everybody knows it by far. They're not even close. I'm better than Bruce Lee. I'll say it confidently. Were you serious? All of them. Scott Atkins, the Michael, you know what, dude. All of them, bro. All them actors. Half of them are actors, bro. They ain't even about it. None of them. They ain't about nothing, bro. What are you talking about? You understand? So that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, nah, man. Like, I run the martial arts lane for real, man, and it's really real and realistic. Like, that's the thing. Like, so that's why, like, now you notice, like, folks ain't really approaching me, right? Because folks is hearing me, some of them, and other than that, they just seeing how I've ascended to a whole nother level. I went from people thinking I was nobody, right? Because of their lack of perception of reality. That's what people got to understand, right? To being everything already, and people is like, man, he's a celebrity, he's famous. How? I'm the same exact dude. Nothing changed. How did that happen? Because I've been this person the entire time, bro. That's why. Nothing changed. I haven't changed. I'm the same dude, bro. What are you talking about? No, I've changed in ways that God has had me grow. You understand? But like who I am, I haven't changed. Yeah, it's a new me, new you, all that, new me, yes. But I mean, I'm still me. I was always this same person. I was always amazing. I was always shining. Folks didn't utilize it or appreciate it. And that's on them now. I know they mad now, right? Because I told them this was going to work. Remember, just like 50 Cent said, he said, he said, I know she mad now. He said, I told her this rap thing was going to work, and it worked. And I told y'all this was going to work, and it worked, didn't it? So that's what I'm saying. I ain't worried about nothing. I'm Gucci. You know what I mean? Why? Because I focus on me. I don't ever focus on nothing else. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you talk to me, my time is precious, man. My time ain't free no more. You want to talk to me, you pay me. It's the same rules for everyone now. You understand? Everyone. You understand? So, like I said, like, come on. Like, folks should want to pay me and want to support me, man. Like, I know my value and worth, you know what I mean? And that's the thing. I'm not after money. I'm not doing this for money. I did this to help and I accomplished it all. You know what I mean? Brother, equity is worth more than cash, man. Y'all hustling backwards, bro. I don't know what you're talking about. That's the thing. People get online every day just to talk for free. But you gonna give me advice, but I get paid and I'm a boss. And I mean, I've got the whole circuit going on here. We're talking about full-fledged career. And I've ran the Batman project out of my own pocket for 3 years. I'm not talking. I'm not just speaking words. I'm talking facts. I'm talking things that took thousands upon thousands upon thousands upon thousands of dollars. What do you mean? No, there's been a lot of resources expended. I've done a lot and I have everything to show for it too. That's the craziest part too, when these folks want to talk in a light that doesn't exist and say things have happened that haven't. That's the thing that I don't understand. And I'm not entertaining anymore. Brother, I never fell off or failed. I succeeded. And everyone in the world can see that crystal clear. Okay, so what do you mean? Every video I do proves my success. It's me succeeding. Every time I get on here talking like this, I'm succeeding. I don't have to do anything. My existence has folks triggered and pressed. Do you understand that? I don't have to do or say anything. You understand? It's just me and my mere presence alone is more than enough, right? So, like I said, folks can do what they want with their time. I'm gonna tell you what I try to do with my time: utilize it, cherish it, just like I do my blessings, and just like I will when I get the right person. And you just have to understand, bro. Come on, man. I've been, on my own for a long time, pushing. Things have been so impossible for me. I've overcome so many challenges. Like, I don't even know what folks is talking about. Like, I'm a really good person. I have a big heart, but man, I can be cold as an igloo at this point. And that's what folks don't want to comprehend, but they know it. They want to act like they don't understand, but they know it. So that's the thing. Like, everything over here is cold hard math. You understand that? What I say goes. I tell you what it is, that's what it is. So again, I'm a grown man. I'm 36 years old. I'll be 40 in 4 years. I'm aging backwards and I'm an immortal vampire. I'm pretty sure that I do what I want to do. So what folks don't get is there's no choice in the matter. I'm the one who makes the rules and I'm the authority. You understand? I have divine authority too. You understand? I'm the emperor in the spiritual realm. I'm the emperor and king, period. I'm the king of all kings, the son of God and the Messiah. Is you serious? But yeah, I make the rules. So like I said, like folks can let me know when they want to listen to me because if they don't, no problem. Because I didn't ask you to in the first place. I didn't ask nobody for nothing. Folks pursue me and talk to me. They contact me. I don't talk to nobody, bro. I mind my own business. For that reason, because I can see that some folks, they're just going to waste my time. And I'm good on all that. Like you see me, I get to the point. That's why, like I said, nah, I've done everything I possibly can. I've gone out my way time and time again. Like I'm not doing it no more. Not for 2026. And I told you all this. That's when I changed everything. Was this year. You know what I mean? Like, nah, bro. It's to the point where a lot of things just don't deserve a response because even analyzing it and explaining it, that's already wasting my time. And that's what I realize, honestly, is in this society, in today's day and age, time really is your most valuable commodity. You got to learn to just start ignoring stuff completely. That's what I'm going to be doing, ignoring everything because there's no purpose in me responding or explaining because they're committed to misunderstanding me and they know the answer. If folks wanted to support me, they would have been paid me. If they cared and loved me, they would be here with me, by my side, standing up with me, in the middle of all this stuff going on. And there really ain't nothing going on, and nothing should be going on. It's impossible. Like I said, people feel how they feel, man. There's strangers all over the world, bro. I mean, come on, bro. I've had a worldwide radio program for years. People are gonna feel some way. You know what I mean? You're right. And I have civil rights and civil liberties, and I have something called my freedom, and it ain't going nowhere. So again, I mean, nothing I do is in question. You see what I do every day. I'm super transparent and obvious with the whole world about every one of my actions and everything I do. I'm Gucci, and I got God with me. I'm blessed. I'm happy. Like that's the thing. My life is beautiful. While everything in the world and all this karma is coming in judgment, God is bringing judgment, and the wicked don't know what to do, man. Like everybody I see is going through it like crazy. Not me. I'm literally like that little cat with he had the little outfit on. You ever seen that meme? And he's got the little outfit and all the stuff's going on in the world behind him, and he's drinking his little coffee. That's me. Literally, like I'm just chilling, bro. I'm good money. I'm good. I'm relaxing. It's hilarious. Things keep building for me, and I'm on the rise, and I'm getting more famous every day, and God is at work. These time periods when it's the hardest and the in between and whatever, that's when God is at work the most. See, I have faith. My faith didn't go anywhere, and I can see what it is. That's what I'm saying. No, I see these little agents of Satan and the devil, and I see that that's what they trying to work on is my faith with their little habits. That's my point. Like, if you trying to talk to me, we should have been had a conversation. It is super easy to have a conversation. It's super easy to send $1, and you should be sending me way more. Everybody owes me tons of money. You know what I mean? No, it's time for folks to pay me, bro. Like I said, chat room will never be opened at any point ever again. I'm in charge of my business in this platform, and I'm going to protect my business completely. You understand? My business is what matters. And like I said, I have seen these agents of Satan and the devil and what they focused on the entire time. And I've seen them try to lull me to sleep, distract me, talk about other irrelevant things. Everything else is good. Everything's been secure. I'm Gucci. I have nothing to worry about. I'm straight all across the board. And you need to learn Texas law. I will never have a care in the world or anything to worry about because I paid cash for everything I own because I know how to protect my assets. So folks and their feelings, right? Because they don't have anything. You understand? Like I said, it's not a conversation worth entertaining because I'm so far above that anyway. That's why I never had the conversation. Nothing has been going on at any point. We've never even had a conversation. That's the craziest part. Everything I said, I've proven and stand on business. I stood on it. What are you talking about? I'm winning. I don't take bait. I don't fall. I don't fold. I don't break. I don't nothing. I'm an immortal vampire and I just keep pressing forward, succeeding, and I keep going like the Energizer Bunny. So I'm gonna say it again. What I'm trying to do is better my life and build. So you either with that and with me doing that and helping me to do that, or we ain't got nothing to talk about. So no, the way it works is who's going to step up and be a real woman? And I'm going to say this again publicly. How in the hell has no woman donated me a dime? This is crazy, man. That's crazy. I'm not egotistical. I'm not conceited. I'm not arrogant. I just know what I look like. I know what I have to offer and who I am. Like, what is y'all on, bro? You can see how unfair and backwards the world is. Right. Well, at some point when it gets the way that it is, it becomes a joke, which is what it is. I mean, have you seen the NBA lately? Did you see this NBA debut they were talking about? Like, it was like the opposite of Yao Ming out there on the court. What? They letting anybody in the NBA now, bro. They've been doing that since day one. Anybody could get in the NBA. Come on, man. Like, are you serious, bro? Come on, man. Like, take a look at Allen Iverson, bro. Allen Iverson, thought he was from the ghetto in the hood or whatever. He couldn't even clean up his act. That's the truth. You know what I mean? Like, what are y'all talking about? None of these folks were a legend. None of them were a prodigy. None of them have accomplished anything. None of them, bro. I watched Stephon Marbury play right in front of me. Like, yeah, he was good. He all right. I'm still better, and I mean that. I'm trying to tell you the truth, bro. I could play in the NBA and really, really like run the league. You understand? Like, and it wouldn't even be difficult for me. And I think people know it. So it's like, what's the point? Like, to prove a point that we already know? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's how much of a genius I am. I'd be thinking, like, is it really worth my time? Like, that's the thing. I'm not trying to prove any point. I never have been. I've never tried to prove a point in my entire life. If people feel like I am, then those points are getting proven without me trying, dude. I'm a straight boss. I'm a hood legend and a legend in the ghettos. Okay? Like I said, I come from totally different blocks. You understand? So, like I said, that's the thing. Like, we have nothing in common, bro. I'm okay, man. I'm good. You know what I mean? Like I said, folks can feel any way they want. That's been the craziest part of it. And the funniest thing to me is folks are operating out of feelings and they really believed that it mattered or made a difference. They really thought it would have an effect. Has it? I'm going to tell you the only effect that I've seen it have and the only effect that it has clearly had in reality. None other than everything backfiring and having the opposite effect of what everybody planned. Right? Like I said, everything my enemies wanted from me is what they're going through now. And I mean, like in 10 hundredfold, like God is not letting up. God takes me very serious. Matter of fact, one of the readings and downloads God just said straight up what he's going to do. I don't got to sugarcoat nothing. God does not play about me, bro. Mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. And it's funny because I told these folks this. Yeah, God didn't even sugarcoat it. He didn't even, move around the issue. God told me in this reading just recently today, like just a little bit ago, he said it straight up. He said what's coming. He said what he's going to do. So I'm just telling you the truth. God already told me what time it is. God told me he going to handle it. He going to handle everything. So I'm not worried about nothing because God runs this universe. Ain't nothing more powerful than God, brother. So if God say he gonna move and he gonna do something, then he gonna do it. Trust me. See, again, folks don't seem to listen. I can't lose my blessings. I don't need to be a good boy. I don't need to sit here and be patient. I can say and do whatever the hell I want. Okay? If I feel some way, I'm allowed to express that. And that's the point of the future I'm building. And that's the only type of individual and person and woman I would like to attract. someone that can handle me and doesn't mind seeing me at my worst, or when I'm in my feelings or emotional or going through something or when I'm upset. That's a human emotion, bro. I am proud of every emotion I have. Everything about me I am proud of. You understand? Like I said, folks, when they talk, they need to start talking forward, not talking about themselves and trying to direct that in other directions. That's the problem. This projection stuff has got to stop. When you talk, you're grown. Just speak. What are you talking about? See, that's the thing. Like, bro, I'm a grown man, bro. That whole game never enters the equation, especially in a relationship. What do you mean? Like, bro, we're adults. People make mistakes, no big deal. You try to fix things and you move forward, and you're supposed to do that together. So when you got folks like that, that's why they never can keep a relationship or a partner, because everything is immature. They don't know how to just, handle things the right way. Like when you grown, it's not difficult. So I need a partner that really know how to act and just, is going to be mature about things. And I need a strong woman. And that's just the truth. None of it is difficult, man. You know what I mean? That's the problem, bro. You got all these folks want to have an opinion. I mean, bro, y'all folks is already paying for my stuff because of all the selfishness and all this narc stuff and behavior and all that evil demonic stuff all y'all are part of. Like y'all already paying for my stuff, bro. Y'all been paying for my stuff. That's the thing. Like I be looking at these so-called enemies, they be paying for my stuff. All of them. They be going out their way so much because they don't like seeing me win. And in the process, they all end up doing it to themselves and then getting themselves in a worse position. And they end up having to pay for my stuff. Like, that's the thing. Like, the more the enemy moves and the more they talk about me and say things that aren't true, like God said, the more he's going to bless me. And not only that, but the more famous that I'm getting. That's the truth. Like, do you understand? My fame just took off to a whole nother level right now while I'm talking to you. It's doing it every minute because God is at work. Like my stock just soared. It's in the reading, it's on the community wall. Divine confirmation. I keep showing you I'm a prophet. You know I have a gift and every reading is the truth, right? That I'm showing you, right? So think about it. Said your stock just soared. What does that mean? Me, my value. The world is appreciating what I've done now. Now they're looking at my gifts. They already told me, God already told me that in these readings and downloads, there's super powerful people, which to me, none of them have power. I have power, but the point is, the most powerful man in the world, man. Come on, bro. But the point is, the people in these so-called positions of power are having discussions about me right now. Yeah, because they're about to offer me an opportunity. I mean, you're gonna have to, because I become more necessary every day. So I have a full-fledged career. What I'm doing is a career that will never stop. It's a career forever. And I told folks what it was. I have nothing to explain. So, like I said, when I talk, just, talk to me direct, talk to me, with respect and love and compassion and listen. You know what I mean? Because I'm clearly the boss. You understand? So, like I said, I mean, I make all decisions. I have all the power. you know. So that's the thing, man. Like I said, like I know what it is, man. Folks have seen me they've seen me make and spend all this money. I put more money on here than anybody ever did. Actual money. You know what I mean? Yeah, folks in their feelings. Good. That's all I gotta say. So I mean, like I said, we all know what it is. Like it ain't just financial. It's I mean, like I said, I'm at what now? I think 458 world records, something like that. So I'm the best in the calisthenics game. I've been the best with money. I'm the best in the looks and handsome department. I'm the best in other departments, right? Common sense. I'm the best in, I mean, everything. Best at basketball, best at street ball, best even playing ball in the jails, right? Playing street ball in the jails, right? Seriously. I mean, I played ball in different jails and was undefeated like every time. What else? That's what they were saying in jail. They was like, he's gonna make it to the league. He's gonna be in the NBA. No, I don't necessarily want to be in the NBA. It's a satanic organization. You see the difference? That's the thing is that you have a society that always wants to say something discouraging and pretend that you're trying to impress them or meet a qualification or you need outside validation. Seeking outside validation in and of itself is weakness. You understand? There is nothing here and nobody who can tell me a thing. These leagues are satanic. They're all poor. And every player that comes out of them ends up bankrupt because they don't pay the players. So, how can people who do stuff and run up and down courts for free tell me anything, much less about money? And we witnessed this firsthand, like in McAllen when the Golden State Warriors stayed at the hotel I was at. And I'm telling you, I was there eating breakfast, laughing, and I'm way richer than like the CEO or owner of the team. And I'm watching these dudes and like, they got to listen and do what they do. And, they're probably staying however many players to a room. I mean, that's not having money. You ever notice how they always say all these folks have money, but yet when you actually get real, none of them do? You notice how they make an excuse and they say big digits, but then there's always an excuse of, oh, the money wasn't paid. Come on, man. They just did it with Floyd Mayweather right now. Again, yeah, they said Floyd Mayweather is doing this, whatever, blah, 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 because this organization, blah, 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 didn't do this, whatever. Like, bro, there's no money to pay because it's all fake. What I've been telling you. Like, that should be besides the point. I mean, how about just working on being a man? I mean, and if you're going to claim that you're a part of that circuit or a boxer, I mean, at least don't be running all the time. He was just running in the street. It's on camera. I mean, I don't know. Boxers don't run, bro. That's number one. They just don't. I mean, unless they in like my position where you got to stay out of trouble because I'm not a Mason. See, if I was a Mason, then it's different rules. Then I can afford to make mistakes. I can afford to do whatever. And it's helped me because, I mean, for anyone, you don't want to make mistakes. Look at the Masons. None of the Masons have succeeded. So that's all I'm saying is like, folks can be in their feelings. Folks can feel whatever way. Folks can tell themselves what they like to make themselves feel better. I don't have conversations like that because I'm a grown man. You understand? So that's my thing. Like, I've seen so many people on the internet try to type to me and try to type fast and this and that. And like, I'm a grown man, bro. Do you know how difficult and how hard it is to go through that? Do you know? See, y'all don't know. Y'all want to not talk about that, but that's the main thing here. You know how many years that's been going on? Do you have any clue how strong I've had to be to like endure that? Bro, you could never fathom, bro. Like real talk, you could never fathom, man. Like stuff in reality and in the street is doesn't even come close to this internet stuff. When you're trying to simply speak and talk, and somebody is sitting there typing as fast as they can, or speaking in some manner. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like I'm about my respect, man. That's it. You know what I mean? So I'm okay. I'm not trying to talk. You know what I mean? And I'm talking about to anybody. No, I'm staying to myself. I'm not trying to speak on nothing. There's nothing to talk about. You know what I mean? Like I said, folks can pay me, and then it's up to me if I want to talk at that point. And I'm probably still not going to want to talk. Now, as far as if people want to be a part of what I'm doing, okay, pay me. You know what I mean? I built something that's worth trillions of dollars again, and my gifts are worth trillions on top of that. So, y'all, everybody's got a long way to go. And I don't have to make up fake money. I talk about real digits. Yeah, that I actually have receipts for. So that's all I'm saying, man. Folks already know what it is, man. Folks can't compete. Folks can't catch up. Folks can't come close. And that's why everybody feels some way. Because, like I said, it's just about me shining. It ain't even about just money. It's about me just being beautiful and an amazing human being. So, like I said, I know that I'm doing everything right. I really am the architect of reality, man. So, like I said, I mean, that's what I'm doing. I'm studying mechanical engineering on my own. Like I'm literally taking a bunch of notes, figuring out how to like build the whole, like the actual whole thing, like with the bat pod, like the suspension that would have to be like a motorcycle suspension. Um, I'm looking into all of it. I'm talking about building something that travels fast as hell too. That's the point. Like I'm learning all of it, and I'm learning with the bicycle too, which is a start. You know what I mean? But the thing with the bicycle is like once you want to go over like 50, 60 miles per hour, it changes the ball game where you kind of need like a mini motorcycle frame. And that's the thing. If I could make like mini motorcycles, which I've seen people do it, and I'm a lot smarter and I'm a genius, so I definitely could learn how to do it. And that's what I want to do. I want to get where I can produce those and create those. And I can use 3D printers for a lot of this stuff, even to build engines. And I'm studying that too. hmm Studying how to try to build engines. It's just different because I still have to see it get done. I have to learn how to do it, for real. It's totally different than just writing stuff. That's not even close, but it's the first part of it. So we're just beginning, but I mean, I learned pretty quick, and I'm gonna reread all my notes when I get done, and like it's a whole thing. I'm learning all of it. You know what I mean? And then I want to learn how to put on the electric bike kits too, and we can use the bicycles too. They'll at least go like 20 something to 30 miles per hour. I'm sure you can get it going a little faster. And of course, when I get money, I could just purchase an electric bike or electric scooter or both, and I can get motorcycles. But the point is, I'm just trying to get where I can learn all that stuff so that way I can build anything I want, really, because that's the thing. Like, whatever happens in the street when I'm moving around working, doing what I do as my actual career, I want to be able to go back to the Bat Cave and build something else or have it already built. And that's what I would do. I would build ahead of time, just like when I cook, we would do like pre-cooking and whatever you call it, where you get the food ready and stuff. Like, it's going to be like that, but like with building that way, with mechanical engineering, with mechanics and semantics. That's the point. Like blueprints, actual blueprints, like really testing all this stuff, really learning all the different systems. It's not going to be just mechanical engineering. I'm learning all systems all across the board. I have to learn everything. I'm a real reincarnated game master. There is no limits to this. So no, I'm a very serious dude. And I'm going to say this again. Like, that's the point. I'm going to be working on how to build all that stuff. And that's the thing. I go back to the Bat Cave. I'd already have another, bat pod or mini motorcycle ready to go. Right. And then I'll have bicycles with engines on them too, if I have to use that, if I ever need that, like all sorts of different components for what I need. Motorcycles, you know what I mean? That's the thing. Like, and it'll get to the point where, of course, I'll be using the bikes with the electric engines and all that more for recreation, probably. You understand what I'm saying? Like, and they could say what they want, but like, I don't really believe that. I'm pretty sure you can use a bicycle system and get it to go, faster. And either way, it's fast enough. Anything around 30 miles per hour, 30 something is pretty fast, bro. You know what I mean? So, I mean, is what it is. And that's the thing. If anything, I could just, get an electric scooter like that. You know what I mean? And learn how to build those too. I want to learn how to build all of it. Like, that's the thing. I never limit my options on anything, just like I don't with stocks, investing, business ventures, anything I'm doing, I don't limit my options. That's the whole point. Like what? I definitely have options. I have all the options. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm telling you, man, like it's funny, man, when I'm at this point and I'm this successful, you can just see it because you can listen to the way folks talk. And if folks are talking backwards, you definitely made it. You understand? So, like I said, my whole deal is I just think it's hilarious because I know what's coming. I know what God told me. I know what God is about to do. You know what I mean? Hey, it's well earned and deserved, man. Real talk. So, like I said, I mean, folks can do what they want, say what they want. I care less because me, I mean, God got me. You know what I mean? God gonna protect me. Real talk. God is gonna handle everything, man. You know what I mean? I never have to lift a finger or bat an eyelash. God is gonna move for me. He gonna handle everything. Trust me. For real. So, with me, I just keep having fun and keep focusing and keep working. You know what I mean? And that's the point. Like, I'm doing what I want to do already, living my dream, man. I don't need anything extra. You feel me? So, like I said, if people want to, be a part of it, come correct and pay me. You know what I mean? But like, that's the point. Like, no, if somebody cares, bro, they'll send me, almost $1,000 in a day and say, I love you. That's care. All this other stuff, it is what it is. And that's what God is telling me is coming. Somebody's going to change everything and change my life for the better. And finally, I can start my new life. And that's all I want to do because I know exactly what I'm going to be doing, traveling and doing this project. and I'm going to be out here protecting people and doing the real thing. And it's not a joke. It's serious as it gets and real as it gets. So, like, I can't wait, man. You know what I mean? Because this has been a really dark time period. It's been the hardest time of my life. It's been hard as hell. And I understand the purpose of it. I do. I understand why I had to go through it. But all I'm saying is, man, I went out my way to talk to everybody on here, man. Everybody. I've been nothing but nice. I've gone out my way time and time again. I just tried to again today for people. Like, nah, man, like I said, this year, 2026, if people won't hop a puddle for me, I'm for sure not trying to swim an ocean. Like, see, it's not me. I was never the problem, like God told me. God tells me all these things word for word in the readings and downloads. Yeah, I was never the problem, man. So, like I said, man, I'm not worried about none of that, man. Nothing's even happening. You understand? All that stuff is fake. That's that internet stuff. So, yeah, we out here winning. I run the streets. I'm the king, king of all kings, true Messiah. It is what it is, man. Son of God, and that's it. Like, I'll talk to y'all later, man. Like I said, like, I'm good, man. I continue to win, and my success is inevitable, and it's on autopilot. I love it, and you know they in their fields right now because we getting this money. All right, I'll talk to you in a minute, man. Like I said, that's all we're gonna do because that's all I've ever done is get money and succeed. And I run my own business, and I'm the CEO, and we operate above the feds. I love it.